Hello friends, and welcome back to Self-Critical Automaton Plays Dark Souls. Now, I have made my decision, and I'm going to follow the game's critical path. I'm quite tempted to go to a few optional areas, but I think I'm going to proceed through the game in roughly the order the game expects you to proceed. Or, more accurately, the order that it encourages you to travel in. Because, well, what I was really thinking about was, there's a certain NPC who turns up, who only shows up if you go to a particularly tough area, New Londo, before you go to the, I suppose not technically before you go to Admiral Akbar, but, yeah. Did he drop something? No. Sometimes their armour glints and I think they've dropped a thing, but they never do. One of the things that I like about Dark Souls 2 over Dark Souls 1 is that the drop rates for items are massively increased. You can go for hours in this game and not get a single drop, which is a pain. So, yeah, instead of doing that, I'll just talk about what that NPC says when it becomes relevant. Which is pretty much what I'm doing all along. Right. So, this is Sin's Fortress. Imposing, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I spoke when I was here before, when the gate was shut, about how the rock here appears to be much older. So, yeah. Gates open. Yawning darkness. What waits within? I was going to say something really arrogant there, but no. So, yeah, that's an obvious trap on the floor there, the pressure plate. Now, Sin's Fortress, of all of the areas in the game, is the one that has had the least speculation from fans about what exactly is going on. Whoa, that was close. I'll talk more about that in a minute. First, I want to say, look at these snake men. They are really weird. This is what I'm talking about when I say that Dark Souls... yeah, they're really tough as well. Dark Souls takes ideas that are... well, that's me dead. So these guys are a bit of a pain. Yeah, it takes ideas that are common in medieval fantasy and sort of just makes them weirder, more uncomfortable, stranger. So the trope of the lizard man, you know, there's loads and loads of lizard men in loads and loads of fantasy fictions, but they're usually just people with scales, you know? In this, you have these snake men with these bizarre long necks and their dangly waggly heads. It's just slightly unsettling compared to everything else. Ah, just got him to tread on it that time. You see the damage he took? That's because he just stepped in the trap. Hopefully... yes, I think I just need to be careful, really. I can probably take them down fairly easily if I'm a bit careful. Don't want to waste my fire, though. They're fairly easy to stagger, as you noticed that they staggered when I did as much as 75 damage to them. Although staggering isn't dictated exactly by, notice that they ragdoll as well. Yeah, that's not dictated exactly by the physical damage you do. It's your... I think it's tied to specific weapons. Specific weapons will, do certain amounts of poise damage, and that's an invisible stat. See these statues? They look kind of familiar, don't they? Where have we seen these guys before? These are clearly Silver Knights, although it's interesting that they are at the human scale, rather than at the giant scale of the actual knights we've actually fought. So... Sin's Fortress is essentially just a big old place full of traps, and there's been lots of speculation as to what its purpose is, who built it, what's it for, but no one's ever really come up with a conclusive answer. I have a couple of ideas all of my own, one of which ties into my theories about what it means that some things shimmer out. Ha 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 ha! Long way down. Long way down. Yeah, so Snortress is incredibly difficult the first time, because you're constantly taken unawares by traps you weren't expecting, by new enemy types, by really tough environmental design. But once you've gone through it a few times, it's actually significantly easier than Blighttown, because Blighttown remains chaotic for every playthrough. You never ace Blighttown. However, you absolutely can ace Snortress, assuming you don't get ambushed by that guy. I think that's that is the guy I knocked off the ledge. He's come to exact his revenge. Well, I didn't knock him off. I tricked him into knocking himself off the ledge, because snake men aren't very clever, unfortunately. They're also surprisingly difficult to backstab. Oh, yep. Up the butt again. Because they're big, but unlike most big... Spread 'em wide. No, that's gross. Unlike most of those giant scale enemies, they're very narrow. They aren't broad, so it's quite difficult to... Don't fall down the hole. Let's see. So yeah, there's two kinds of snake men. There's the Falchion ones that I've fought a few of, and there's the other sort. Did it fall off? Can't see. It did! Fantastic! It fell to its death. And then there's ones who throw lightning. They sort of dress more fancily. They're usually called snake priestesses or something. I think they might have snake boobs, which I object to on a basic design level, but you know, I suppose on a basic feminist level as well. But I've never actually seen one up close enough. So yeah, on your first run through, we're used to seeing these guys as dangerous enemies, as mini bosses, and it's very unnerving to travel through this place and just see fucking tons of them everywhere. It's yeah, it's unsettling to say the least. I was convinced that some of them were going to come to life and attack me, but yeah, don't worry, they never do. And they're just kind of piled up in corners, stacked like cord wood. So yeah, this is pretty blatant trap as well. You've got a hole in the wall and you've got a pressure plate. Someone's... Does that mean they're trying to lure me onto it? Whoever wrote that message, I mean. Clever trap ahead. Yeah, you... Yes, clever arseholes. That's basically the Dark Souls community in a nutshell. This one's great. If you get close to him, you can hear him snoring. He's asleep, so let's just leave him where he is. Oh, that one's not asleep, though. I really like that, because that's pretty much always there as a warning to you, to let you know that that there is a big old trap coming, and it usually kills him. I'm surprised it didn't this time. Let's see how he likes to bit the old fireball. You've noticed they occasionally do an attack with their heads, where they lunge forwards and bite. I think that attack builds up poison, but I can't be certain. Bye! Oh, okay, you're only going down, that's fine. Shall I fight him fair? Nope. This is Dark Souls. I'm allowed to not fight fair. There we go, that's him down. This guy is a really heavy sleeper, wow. Do snakes snore? I mean, like real life snakes in reality? It seems like they wouldn't. Come on. Rumble, rumble, there we go. So, yeah, the timing for this will take you a few times to figure out if you are on your first run, but I, of course, am not. Haha! Sucks to be you! Yeah, the gold ones are the ones who throw lightning bolts. And they have big, what do you call them? Hoods? Is it a hood or a cowl? the thing that vipers have? I don't know. I should really know my snake anatomy, or snanatomy. Is the trap behind me here? Yeah, it is. Let's just dive out of the way. Get ready to fight old Snakey McSnakerson. Oh, he dodged. It's unusual that people dodge the old flamey flames. Backstab! Oh no! I'm feeling a little bit arrogant at the moment, which means I'm probably going to die in a really stupid way soon, but I just feel like I'm doing so well. I wish it wasn't quite so straight up the butt. Boom, stab, slash, dead. It's not a slash, it's a stab. Yeah, sorry. I needed to check something, but, yeah, I'm back now. Probably not worth editing that tiny bit. So yeah. I have I have theories about what Snortress is and what it's for, and I also have theories about what it means that there's all these statues here. Just tons of them all over the place. And they're stone, you know, they're not... If you look closely, you can see that they're sort of carved from stone. They have sort of stony textures. Ring of Steel protection. Fantastic. That's useful. I thought there was another chest in here. Doesn't seem to be. Oh well. Let's equip that ring. It's very useful. Giant boulder. Right. This bit's tough, actually. This bit's really tough. This is usually where I end up dying. Let's see what we can do. If I can... You have to line up the invincibility frames perfectly. Normally I sprint through here, but that means I didn't die! Fuck! Get up, get up, get up! Run, 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 run! Wait, what the fuck? Wait, hang on, where am I? Oh, it knocked me forwards into the room. Okay, that's pretty weird, but I'm glad it did. So... here we have a giant mechanism batting these boulders around. I'm gonna leave it where it is for the minute, but we can alter it and send it into different directions. I'm just gonna try and take care of old lightning pants down there. Yeah, they don't actually have snake boobs. I'm not quite sure why I thought they did. Or snoobs, if you will. One of the few advantages to snake people is that they're actually fairly easy to get headshots on compared to most. I'm not sure where that one runs off to. You know, it doesn't really matter. This is... yeah, this leads the road down off the edge of here. Now, let's see. There's an item down here. Well, shit, okay. That item is only a shuttle, though, and I don't really want the shuttle, so I'll leave where it is. The shuttle is the sword that Knight Lautrec uses. It bypasses shields, but I don't particularly like it myself.
Oh ho! Ah.
Hello.
Where did you
Splendid
come from?
news.
Splendid news, I tell you.
What? You're not going to tell me the news?
Ah, so you see my plight. Yes, indeed. I've run up against a wall, or a ball, to be precise. I must say, I'm a bit tough to be outrunning those things. So here I sit in quite a pickle, but who knows? Perhaps we'll have another development.
So yeah, this chap, we've met him before. He's also a chosen undead following the same mythic path that we are, but in his own world, his own time. Siegmeyer, good old Siegmeyer. Yeah, so we can meet him. Actually, was that the last of his dialogue? You need to make sure that you always mine out NPC's dialogue fully, or sometimes they won't spawn in the next location that they're supposed to.
I could try some rolling. Bah, no chance. My head would spin.
Yeah, that's there to give you a hint. Basically, if you're having trouble getting past the boulders, try rolling. Interestingly, the backstep, this, actually is better for dodging through them than... Are they coming this way? Okay. The boulders periodically change directions, and I have never quite figured out what the logic is governing that. I'm starting to think that there isn't any, and it basically just picks whatever will be the most inconvenient to you. Which is why it's rolling down here until you come into this room, and then it starts rolling down the other way. Now, one of the reasons this bit is so difficult is because if you run into a boulder, even if it's standing still, as it does for a split second when it hits the corner... Are they even sending them this way? Yeah, they are. Dear oh dear. Come on, next one. So if you stand a little bit too close and then run forwards, you run straight into the back of the boulder and then it still does full damage to you. It is possible to sprint up through there, but there's a weird glitch with my controller, which means that instead of going in whichever direction... Wait, what? No. There's a weird glitch with my controller, which means that instead of running in the direction that you're pushing, sometimes it just stops and you start walking instead. Ha! Squash. Let's see if we get a backstab as well. Oh, not quite. Yes, yes, fantastic. Choose an undead rule. Snake's drool. Oh, it's still alive. Can't quite get me. Let's see what we've got through here. Ah, yes, this leads down to... to somewhere I'm not going to go just yet. So... nip back over here. Now, there's a very useful item this way that I'm going to try and grab. Kill this first and hope that the boulders don't start rolling this way again. Run, 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 just in case. Run, run, run. See that hole? That hole fills up later on. After a certain amount of boulders roll down there, it fills up and smashes a hole in the wall and you can go through. Oh yeah, there's a lift here as well, but you have to be careful because there's spikes at the top. Not gonna risk it. So, yeah. What a suspicious looking chest. This is the game's first mimic. Now, if you're anything like me, you will probably have run straight in here, bounded up to the chest, opened it, and immediately been eaten. There's a trick to telling with mimics, and that trick is, see that chain? All chests have a chain. With mimics, it curls forwards towards the front. With non-mimics, it curls towards the back, over here. So, let's give it a taste of the old flames. Mimics are fucking terrifying, let me tell you. They are, again, one of the game's, let's just say, interesting takes on traditional RPG, European fantasy tropes. You know, ever since... I don't know if it predates D&D, but, you know, there have been mimics in games for a very long time. Treasure chests that try to eat the people and try and loot them. I don't know if it comes from actual mythology in any way, but yeah. Normally, they're just malevolent chests. They don't normally have giant fucking lolling tongues and creepy spindly arms. That's all on Dark Souls. Oh yeah, and they have a grab attack that will just kill you if they land it on you, not unlike several other NPCs. NPCs? Enemies? Whatever. One of the good things about them is that they are still treasure chests, so they still have loot. Lightning Spear. Let's check that out, shall we? Falchion plus 5, 123 slashing damage. Plus 47. 144? Plus 144 lightning. Doesn't have a scaling bonus, but do we really care at this point? Now, can I still do my swift roll? I think I might be slightly overweight, let me check. 60, half of 60 is 30, half of 30 is 15, it's fine. We're at less than 25%. So... Okay, these still are going the other way. Please don't stop rolling back. I'm so tense, can you tell? Oh, okay, right. Let's get over here. Whew, okay. Let's point this back. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'm going to take a little bit of a breather because this is pretty tense. It's been lovely to see you all. Bye then.